Hey epicures, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, my name is Yvette Grace, and in this kitchen I'm your chef. Well, today we'll be making some apple cinnamon babka. And babka, the first time I ever heard of babka was in Seinfeld when they were talking about babka, and I was like,
Another babka?
looking it up, turns out it's some kind of bread. Yeah, and it's really, 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 really tasty. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post, so that you don't miss on tasty ideas like this one here. Anyway, let's get into it. In a bowl, add your warm milk, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and your yeast. Then stir and let it sit for 5 minutes. In a larger bowl, add 2 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour, the remaining sugar, then stir to combine. Then add your salt and the milk mixture. Mix it up. Then next you add your first egg yolk. Mix it up, then add your second egg yolk. Mix it up. Next add your margarine or butter. And start kneading. The kneading process is important. You have to knead until the dough is soft. The kind of dough we are using is a brioche bun dough, a brioche bread, which is softer. And the egg yolks make the bread richer. So that's why we chose to use the egg yolks only and not the egg whites. The egg whites are separate. We will use the egg whites for something else, for the filling and the dough. Add a little flour so that you can, if the dough is still sticky, dust the surface using all-purpose flour, then continue kneading. As I always say in most of my videos, fold and stretch. That is kneading. You fold and stretch, fold and stretch. Kukanda unga. Yeah, kanda. This helps in making the dough soft, so you can never ever skip this process. Whether you're making bread, mandazi, whatever dough it is, you need to knead. So yes, knead and stretch. Yeah, now that we are done, the dough is perfectly fine and it's soft. Now the bowl, we need to oil the bowl. Now we'll need to oil the bowl so that the dough doesn't stick on it. And then we set it aside. Place in the dough. Oil the dough. Cover it with a kitchen cloth. Then set aside. Mine rested overnight, so let it sit for at least 4 hours. Now it's time to prep the filling. First we start with the apple. Wash your apples, then remove the core. The core is the hard part that has the seeds and all. Remove the core, then thinly slice the apples. Depending on whatever you'd want, whatever filling you'd like. you may choose a different, okay, you don't have to. I chose to make apple cinnamon babka because I have apples. I had apples in the fridge. You can make cinnamon babka just using the cinnamon paste. I'll show you in a few. And you can make raspberry babka, you can make strawberry babka, blueberry babka, you can make chocolate babka, Nutella babka, whatever you want in the middle, do you. Step 2. In a hot skillet, melt 1 tablespoon of margarine or butter, depending on what you chose to use. Now add your sliced apples, then stir and cook until the apples are slightly softened. Cook for about 3 minutes. Remove from the heat and set it on a plate. Then drizzle on it some lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to prevent browning. Then set aside. For the rest of the filling, melt 2 tablespoons of margarine in the microwave. Pour it in a bowl. Then stir in all-purpose flour, cinnamon, stir, sugar, salt, vanilla essence, stir. Don't start this process long before your dough has risen because the margarine will solidify. So don't start it too early. Now next we add this is the first egg white from the remainder of the 2. We use 2 eggs in this recipe, 2 yolks for the dough, 1 white for the filling and the other white for glazing the bread, the babka. Okay, so stir, start to combine, then set aside. Now that the dough has risen, 1 is punch it to remove excess air, then dust the surface with flour and roll your dough into a rectangle. Once you're done rolling your dough, it's time for the filling. Let's apply the cinnamon paste. Make sure it's applied evenly all through the dough. Then align your apples. You can arrange them how you want. You can just fill the whole dough with apples or arrange them according to how you'll cut it. Then we'll roll it and slice the middle, cut down the middle and part it, then braid it. Once you braid it, you can fold it in half or make it a circle, roll it into a ring and put it in your baking tin, your cake baking tin, the round one, or you can fold it into half as I did and place it on your loaf pan. My loaf pan is small because mine is thrifted, it's not a normal loaf pan. I use it for small cakes. but today we're going to use it for the bread, for the babka, sorry. Today we're going to use it for the babka, so I have to make it work, and I know this bread will be bomb, so yes, I can't wait. My babka was really messy because the filling was runny, which is good for me because at least it wasn't hard to apply on the dough, so I'm not mad at it at all. But get ready for a messy kitchen. Anyway, it's just a few minutes. You just braid it quickly, and then you have a wonderful meal. Because I promise, if you let the dough rise overnight, let the yeast do its thing, it will smell nice, it will be tasty, and your self-control will be lost at the bottom of this pan. Once the babka has risen, now it's time to glaze it with some egg white, the last egg white that you had. Now this is where it's going to be put to work. Glaze it using a basting brush. Just lightly brush over the loaf, and then we'll set it to bake at 180 degrees for 60 minutes. 60 to 65 minutes. The babka is ready. Now let's get it out. Let's get it off the tin, off the pan. Now the reason why I love this pan is because of that. You pull it out. Majibu ningeteseka bila hiyo part. Anyway, now the bread is ready. This is soft. Is this cake or bread? I mean, please. Confusion. And then anyway, the cinnamon. It's cake, it's bread, it's rich. That's why you use a lot of butter and the egg yolks only on the dough. It makes it richer. See how it just pulls off. The texture, something else. The texture is something else. See? Perfect. Now, test ni relevant sahi because one ishakula kitu and I'm still eating. I just want you to see what you're expecting. Naweza kula hii kitu yote peke yangu, honestly. Okay, now I know why Jerry was insisting on this loaf, this bread. I thought it was cake, not bread. Okay, let me just cut this down. Ndio uchague siku utatengeneza hii kitu. So, number one, the dough, making it not hard. Make the dough, let it sit overnight, and let it sit overnight. If you want perfect results, I don't know if it changes if you nini, but I've learned to let the dough rise because the more it rises, the better. Because this is a richer dough, it takes longer to rise. So 4 hours at least, not like the others you take 1 hour. This is 4 hours. It takes 4 hours to rise, and then I chose to let it sit overnight because nishajifunza. You let it sit overnight because hakuna haja kuharakisha. For better results, patience. So I let it sit overnight, and then the filling part, after making it and putting it together, letting it rise, I let it rise for like another 4 hours. Yeah, I think it's another 4 hours, 5 hours, and then perfect babka. That's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified every time I post. I hope you guys enjoy the babka. Try it. You won't regret it. I promise. Just try it on a Sunday, Saturday, most likely Saturday, because Sunday laziness inawasumbuanga. So Saturday, try it on a Saturday. And I promise you will come back and tell me it is the bomb, and I know it. That's it for today, guys. Bye, guys. Happy cooking. I love babka. I love babka. Sitaki mkate anymore. Babka only. Mesbe, what do you think?